Welcome to PC Building Simulator 2. If you are here because PC Building Simulator just released on console about a week ago, welcome. Glad to have you here. I do play on PC, but it should be basically the same except for some of the controls, obviously. For those of you that don't know, PC Building Simulator 2 released on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S a little over a week ago from the date of this recording. So if you've been waiting for it to come to console, it is there now. Go grab your copy. Also, the devs have said that they are releasing quite a large patch that's going to be coming out sometime in the month of March. I'm not sure exactly when, but there's lots of bugs that they're fixing. So a fairly large patch is going to be coming out again sometime this month. So I'm hoping some of these bugs that we've had for quite some time get fixed. That would be super awesome, and I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, let's hop into the email. Let's do a couple of these jobs. I definitely have a build this time. I usually try to do a build to sell in the storefront, and I usually try to buy something from spares and repairs to fix up and then sell. So I've got something this episode that we're going to work on for that. All right, let's take a look at this first one. It says, hey, I want a nicer looking machine. I'd love my case to have some warning sign stickers. It's urgent, so please hurry. I could do with cookbooks on this PC. Can you handle that, please? Sent from my phone. Awesome. So they want some warning sign stickers and cookbooks. I think that's it. That's really easy. Let's take a look at their stats really quick, see if there's anything. Man, they got a 3090. Nice. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and accept that one. Maybe we'll do all three. We'll see. We'll see if all of these are super simple. All right, this one says, hello, I'm getting tired of looking at my old PC. I'd love to have an orange case. I'd like the glass to remain without paint. I'd like it to be done by 3/6/2023. My PC's been hot lately. Can you do anything about that? I think it could really use a scan too. So running hot, we will probably need to adjust their fan curve because they don't have a parts budget, so we're not going to be adding any fans. We'll just crank their fan curve up some. And then they want a virus scan. So Dorette wants us to paint the case orange, not the glass, and get it done in 3 days. Let's see what their case is. Fantex Intho Pro. Nice. 9700K. That's getting a little old. And two 2070 Super Gaming X's. Alrighty. All right. Let's go ahead and accept that. Let's just take a look at this diagnose one. Maybe it won't be too bad. Let's do it. Let's do it anyway. Says, hi, can you help fix my PC? It started having problems after my dad brought me back a pet from one of his business trips. Not sure how he managed to sneak it past customs. He said it's from a far off land and it's called Moggy or something like that. And it's so cute, round and fluffy with big soft ears. Dad said I can keep him as long as I never get him wet or feed him after midnight. Oh gosh. I was like, okay, weirdly specific rules, but sure, Dad. So anyway, little Moggy managed to get inside my PC last night. I think he was looking for food. He must have dislodged some little gizmo or something, because now the PC doesn't work. Sometimes it turns on for a minute or two, but then there's this error about thermal something. Hope you can fix it before my dad finds out, from Zach. So we got a parts budget of $225 to diagnose and fix. If it's a thermal something, I would think it would be is cooler, but you never know. I know that this Be Quiet Dark Rock cooler is not $225. So yeah, we'll have to get it in. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I guess let's go ahead and accept that one. We'll do it as well. And then let me show you guys what we're going to be working on to sell out in the storefront. We're not doing any custom water cooling this time, but this is the case. It's dusty. It's dirty. And we'll probably put some nicer parts in there. Another sticker RAM, maybe. What's broken? Broken PSU. So obviously we're going to need a power supply. And a GTX 1050 Ti and a 12900K is not a good pair. So I think we will probably get another graphics card to put in here. But I will need to get some things purchased. So let me come back over here. Let me get the store opened up. I'm going to step away for a minute. I'm going to get the parts for the build here, put in the shopping cart, and as soon as they're in there, I'll come back and show you guys what we're going to put in this build. All right, for the spares and repairs build, We're going to add 1 stick of G-Skill Trident Z5, RGB DDR5 in black, 16 gig, 5600 MHzs. There's already one in there, so we're just going to have 2 sticks of RAM. The power supply in it is dead currently, so we're going to put in a Cooler Master V850 Gold version 2. There is no NVMe drive, so we're going to throw in my favorite NVMe drive in the game, the PNY CS3040 M.2 SSD in 1 terabyte size. It's my favorite because it's fast and it's cheap. We're going to add 1 more Tony Heataway 120 to the front. I've already got 1 in my inventory as well, so we're actually going to be adding 2. And then we're going to put in a Palette RTX 4070 Super Jetstream OC for the PC that we need to diagnose and fix. Since I don't know what's wrong with it, we'll have to wait till that comes in, and then we will just get whatever we need delivered same day. I've got plenty of money. $229,000 is more than enough to order whatever we need. So let's go ahead and get this for next day delivery. Let's minimize that. This is in transit. This is in transit. Okay, everything's in transit. Let's go in the day so we can get everything in. Let me turn off these lights. Which that... Right. Okay. So they should be off. Let's go ahead and end the day. Hopefully that's one of the bugs that will get fixed when the update comes out. All right, lights are off now, so that's good. Jeez. Let's get our stuff from over here. And then we will start with these customized ones. Let's see, this was stickers. Let's get stickers on first. It was just warning sign stickers. That's shapes, warning signs. They didn't say what warning signs they want. It just says 3 of them. So let's do a biohazard. Ooh, let's not do blue though. They didn't say what color they want. Maybe let's do cyan. And let's make it bigger. Oh, we can't apply. Let's apply on glass. There we go. Do that. They want 3, so let's do an electrical warning. Let's make it yellow. We'll shrink that down a little bit and rotate. There we go. And then maybe something on the glass here. Explosive warning. Poison. Flammable. Sure, let's do flammable. Let's do that in red. Do it here at the front corner. There we go. Okay, so that's done. And then there was other stuff they wanted. So let's go plop this down on this workbench. And pull up the tablet. Go to the email. Warning sign, cookbooks. I think that's it, just cookbooks. Okay, so let's power this on. While that is starting up, let's go to the tools here. USB drives. And we're going to install cookbooks. There it is. Done. Was there anything else? I don't think so. Warning sign stickers and cookbooks. Okay. So there's that one all done. 3 stickers and cookbooks. Why is it still making the sound like I'm moving around? Make that stop. That was annoying. All right, let's put that down. There's another customized paint the case orange. I think we were doing fan curves and, oops, something else on this one. Orange. Don't apply on glass. Oh no, we don't want it transparent. What am I doing? Is it not going to do this little corner? Oh, there it goes. Not going to do anywhere around the glass or the back. Okay. So that's done. Let's put this over here. And for this one, PC's been hot and a scan. So let's power this up. Let's get our USB drive in here. Let's get virus scanner and fan control. Ooh, this is nice and slow. Dang. All right, let's do fan control first. Do custom, and we're going to do performance and apply. Same thing here. Performance, apply. Same thing here. Performance, apply. So that should fix that. And then we'll run the virus scan. Good Lord, 568. Get that all cleaned up for 568 infected files. Jeez. All right, that's done. I think that was it. So there's what their PC looks like, painted orange, except for the glass. I guess the glass does go all the way to the edge. All right. 1 stick of RAM, but 2 graphics cards. I think those are 2070 Supers. So 2 2070 Supers and 1 stick of RAM. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Okay. Let's put this one out in the hall, and then we've got the diagnose and fix. Just go ahead and take the side panel off. Does it power on? It does not. Okay. So let's get cooler out. Let's take a look. CPU cooling, that's broken. I think their power supply is going to end up being broken too. So they've got basic cables. Basic cable. Just basic black cables. Let's get those removed. And let's pull this. Take a look at the power supply. It's also broken. So Corsair RM850X. Let's get some of these things in a cart here. Shop. Power supply. RM850X. And then what in the world was that cooler? Let's take a look. The Be Quiet Dark Rock TF. Dark Rock, there's a TF2. Here's the TF. I have 3 of those in stock. Do I have a new one? Oh, that's not what I meant to push. Used. I don't know if I want to put a used one in their build. So yeah, let's order a new one. Let's see, that's $85. So we're at $225, and that's what their budget was, if I remember right. So there shouldn't be anything else broken. Yeah, $225 parts budget. So that should be everything. Let's oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this so I can clean the CPU, not open up. Don't want to take it out. So it'll be nice and clean, ready for fresh thermal paste. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and order these parts. We're going to do same day delivery. Buy now. Continue shopping. Put that away. Whoa. I don't know why I was looking up at the ceiling. Okay. Let's go put these in and make sure this thing works. So we're going to install power supply, the 850X. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Oh my gosh, why does it keep making that sound? It keeps making the moving the PC around sound. Get a nice big blob of thermal paste on there. And we will go ahead and install the new CPU cooler. And then let's cable everything. I've got basic cables selected here. There's exactly what they had. Excellent. So let's power this on. While this is powering up, I want to look and just make sure there was nothing else they wanted done. Just diagnose and fix. Okay. And it seems to be working. Fan's working. So let's get the side panel back on. No front fan. That's interesting. Oh, did you guys want to see what their build looks like? It's really basic. Oh, he's got a smiley. Okay. Let's go put this out here, and then we will collect some money. And then we will go start working on that spares and repairs build. Let's go here. We only got 2 new jobs. Interesting. Okay. So let's do this one. We did cookbooks and warning signs, so we should be good. Go to PC. Missing cables. I didn't take any cables off. I didn't even open up this case. So not sure how there's missing cables. Okay. Let's make sure this thing powers on, since it wants to play games. Can I close the glass? Thank you. Okay. Seems to be working. Let's try this again. All right, now we can collect. Wow, that was weird. 5 stars. Love the warning sign stickers, and they did a great job. Awesome. We can delete that one. This one seems to be fine. We did the orange paint and the fan curve and the virus scan, so we should be good to collect this one too. 5 stars. My orange case looks so good in my room. My PC is running a lot cooler. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. And then this one that this guy's little gremlin got into. Let's hope for 5 stars on that. 5 stars. Awesome. All right. So yeah, we've got 2 jobs for the next episode. And then I don't think I had anything for sale up in the shop. No, everything has been sold. We did get some stuff for spares and repairs. I don't want any of this. X570. E450. This one has a 12900K. And it's water cooled. Hold on. And what's broken on it? Just a broken motherboard? Okay. Okay, I'll buy it. I'll buy it. It has a 12700K and a broken stick of RAM and a broken 46. Okay. That's old. X570. It was 6800 XT. All right. Jeez. All right. I'm not buying any more. I'm not buying any more. I've got a bunch in this cabinet I haven't even worked on yet. I'm not buying any more. Not doing it. All right. Let's work on this. Oh, this thing's dusty. Let's disconnect some cables. Let's get this graphics card out because we're not going to use it. Let's go ahead and actually I think we're gonna dust first before I move anything else. Actually, that's a lie. I just want to get this broken power supply out. Okay, now Now let's dust. Compressed air. Let's get this case nice and clean. I just want to put fresh thermal paste on here, so that's why I want to remove the CPU cooler. And we'll put fresh thermal paste, and then I'll put it right back on. So let's just clean this. And then we're going to put fresh thermal paste. I like to do a line on these newer Intel ones because they're not square anymore. They're a rectangle, so yeah. And then we're going to put the cooler right back on. Or not. What was that case fan plugged into two different things? Will this seriously not go back? Okay, here we go. But it won't go back in here with that case fan. Look, but it was in there. Tell me that's not weird. I think that's weird. Okay, that's fine because we're gonna put 3 case fans up here in the front anyway, and then it's going to, you know, pull air out through the top, which is just fine. Let's see, and then I got another one here. So yeah, now we've got 3 fans in the front. We'll still leave this hard drive in here, but we are going to add a nice fast NVMe drive action. So let's get this PNY CS3040 in here. And then I want to get some more RAM in. So we've got the same thing that's already in here, a stick of G.Skill Trident Z5 RGB DDR5 in black. So now we've got dual channel. Then let's grab the power supply. Oh, it's this one. I was like, why do I have a bunch of broken PSUs? No, it's this Cooler Master V850 Gold V2. We get that in there. We really should sell off all these broken items. There we go. And then let's go ahead and grab the graphics card. We've got the Palette RTX 4070 Super Jetstream OC, which barely freaking fits. It barely fits. Wow. And then for cables, you know what? I'm going to keep it simple. We don't have really any RGB in here. I'm just going to do black cables. It looks nice. It's a black case. Oh my gosh. There we go. I think, other than putting a USB drive in, because we want to boot from this new NVMe drive, let's power this sucker on. I'm going to hop into the BIOS. I want to make sure this is going to boot from the drive I want it to boot from. I'm also going to turn on XMP. No, we do not want to boot from that. We want to boot from the new NVMe drive. We are going to apply changes and restart. Very nice. Very nice. So we've got some RGB here on the motherboard and, of course, the RAM. I'm thinking, and it looks like maybe a little bit along here. Yeah, there's a strip along the bottom of the case. Oops. Let's get the lighting app on here. Let's see what we can do about, I don't know, maybe we'll make the lights white or something. Let's see. Let's just select them all because they're all doing different things. How does that look? You know what? That actually looks pretty good because we've got white type here. And the customer can always change it. We'll leave the lighting app on for him. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get, I don't know how I'd remove that without even noticing. Let's get all these dust filters put back on. Let's get the front panel and side panels. There we go. Wonder if this case would look nice painted white on the outside. We do get some money for customizing the case, so let's come over here. Sometimes I just put a sticker on there. This time I think I might paint the case white. I don't want it on the glass, though. I don't hate that. I don't think I can get paint down there or up there. Nope. I don't hate that. You know what? Let's go back over here. And let's power this back up and make sure everything... Yeah. Let's zoom in. Let's take a look at this thing without the UI in the way. I like it. I like it. Okay. I'm not going to run any kind of tests or anything on it. Let's go put this bad boy up for sale. So I got nothing for sale out here right now. Sale price, $3,448. So I haven't named the PC yet, so no money for that. Customize the case, $50 for that. New cables, I mean, I did put in new cables, but I think they have to be colored for that to count. You either get one or the other. You either get new or custom, so technically I guess I didn't do either of that. I did not delid this time because it didn't seem necessary for what we're doing. I overclocked by turning on XMP. I did not install a custom water cooling loop. I did customize the LED lights by turning them white, and I currently have a 5-star bongle rating. So I like to try to get this to a 50% chance of sale. So let me figure out what price that needs to be. All right, so let's list this thing for $5,000. That puts us at a 54% chance of sale. That is just fine. It doesn't have to be exactly 50 for me. Let's enter a custom name. Let's just call this Basic Build. It's a pretty simple build, so yeah, there we go. So, well, that changed this. We're still at 58%. I'm going to leave it at $5,000. It's not a big deal. Let's put this up for sale. So there's a basic build for $5,000. I think it looks pretty nice. It's actually a pretty good build for $5,000. I often sell builds for way more than that out here. So yeah, there that is up for sale. All right, let me come back here. Let's clear this stuff out. That's where I ordered all those blasted PCs. Let's delete this email. There we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate you hanging out. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, a thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and ring the bell if you want to be notified as soon as a video from me goes live. Like I think I said earlier, I do stream over on Twitch. There is a link to that down in the description. I also have a Discord server if you're interested in that. There is a link to that down in the description as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe out there, guys, and I will see you in the next episode.